Good day everyone, I am Mark Manansala and my group mates are Rimar Tolentino and Mike Angelica Ligan, and we are the Group 6. We are going to tackle about the staff, and the topics are staff supervision and training, and student teachers or volunteer. The learning outcomes of this discussion are cite methods for staff training, discuss the strategies for teacher or staff wellness, and describe the role of the director on supervising student teachers and volunteers. Before we start, let's define first what is staff training. Staff training is a program implemented by a manager or a person of authority to provide specific staff members with the necessary skills and knowledge for their current role. Dito ay ina-enhance ang employee performance, binuboost ang employee productivity, nire-reduce ang employee turnover, and improve company culture. Staff training has 15 methods. The first 6 was discussed by Group 5, and the remaining will be discussed by our group. Workshops. A workshop is sometimes called a hands-on experience. Participants get actively involved in doing or in making something to broaden their practical skills. In a workshop, teachers can learn songs, make curriculum materials, and practice reading or telling stories. A workshop could just as easily be planned for other job categories as well. Imagine a workshop in which the cooks from several schools get together to try out new recipes that children might like. Again, planning is the key to the success of a workshop. Provide a comfortable setting with the places for everyone to work. Make sure that the tasks to be accomplished can be done in the time allotted. Have enough materials for everyone to use. Distribute copies of directions or any information needed to complete the task, and be available to offer help or give encouragement as participants work. Ang workshops ay nakakatulong para mapalawak ang kanilang kaalaman at ma-enhance pa lalo ang kanilang skills. It is designed for everyone who is passionate to his or her work. For example, kung gusto mo na mapalawak pa ang kaalaman mo sa pagiging teacher, maaari kang pumunta sa mga workshop centers dahil matutulungan ka nito na mapalawak ang iyong kaalaman at ma-broaden ang iyong skills. Tuturuan ka kung paano mo i-handle ang mga estudyante mo. Tuturuan ka rin nila sa paggawa ng mga instructional materials na kakailanganin mo sa pagturo, at tuturuan ka maging creative at maging isang ganap na guro. Group discussions are effective ways to help adults learn. The form of a group discussion can range from open discussion during the entire meeting to a short interchange following a presentation. Group discussion is one of the most effective ways to help others learn. One of the tremendous advantages of this format is that often your whole staff can be included, not just teachers. Some of the same problems are encountered whether a staff member works in the kitchen, drives the bus, or manages a classroom. Each frequently has the same kinds of reaction to children's behaviors and needs to have an outlet for expressing those feelings. Ang group discussion ay napakahalaga dahil mailalabas natin lahat ng mga saloobin natin at lahat ng mga ideas natin. It improves your thinking, listening, and speaking skills. It also promotes your confidence level. It is an effective tool in problem solving, decision making, and personality assessment. GD skills may ensure academic success, popularity, and good admission or job offer. Role-playing. Role-playing is a drama in which the participants put themselves into a designated situation. It is an informal type of meeting that can be adapted to many kinds of problems. Role-playing is an excellent tool for solving interaction problems between adults. Several participants act out the problem or situation. The audience watches, listens, and then discusses what happened. The actors can contribute how they felt as the play progressed. The final result may be a discovery of alternate ways of behaving or just the insight gained from understanding the feelings involved. When two staff members are having a problem, ask them to role-play, reversing their parts. When each is asked to assume the role of the other, the situation may look quite different. Films, slides, and tapes. Use audiovisual materials to add another dimensions to your training sessions. Public libraries have many materials that are free. Also allow some money in your yearly budget for renting or purchasing materials. Field trips. You can help broaden your staff's learning by arranging field trips. Some visits can be made as a group in the evening or on weekends. Others will have to be made by individuals when they can be relieved from duties at school. Visits to other schools always give teachers new ideas for curriculum or arranging their environment. Often, just the opportunity to talk to other teachers in different settings renews enthusiasm for teaching. On a weekend, go as a group to a supplier of learning materials. Many of these places have employees who are knowledgeable about children and can offer new ideas for learning activities. Guest speakers or the speaker. Invite guest speakers to attend training meetings. Prepare for these meetings by providing the speaker with information to use in determining the focus of the presentation. Share any questions or interests staff members have communicated. The speaker should also know how much time is to be allowed and whether there will be time for questions and discussion following the talk. Prepare staff members by providing them with reading material if that is appropriate, and ask them to come prepared with questions they might want answered. After a meeting of this type, it is your responsibility to follow up with staff members to help them implement any new ideas they have gained from the session. Professional meetings or organization. Encourage your staff to attend meetings and conferences of professional organizations. Chapters of the National Association for the Education of Young Children are found in many areas of the country. Both of you and your staff will benefit from membership. Meetings and conferences offer a wide variety of speakers, workshops, and displays from which teachers can learn. Publications are also available through the organization. Reading. Provide your employees with books, pamphlets, and magazines that will help them develop their skills. Encourage them to use the materials by bringing some to a staff meeting. Point out some of the interesting articles or parts of the book that they might want to read. Add to your collection as often as you can afford to do so. If your budget is limited and does not allow for the purchase of books, search out what is available in your public library. Make books lists and distribute them to your staff.
Staff relationships. A discussion of staff development would not be complete without considering how the people in a school get along with each other. They spend long hours together each day. Nerves become frayed with the constant demand that young children make on their patience and energy. Bickering, competitiveness, or burnout may result. As the director, you are the key person in changing destructive patterns of the interacting to ones that are positive and cooperative. So what are the strategies for staff and teachers' wellness? The first one is communication. Of course, without communication, there is no relationship at all. Communication. Start by helping your staff to develop good communication skills. Plan a workshop on effective communication using Thomas Gordon's iMessages. Ask staff to practice stating problems or concerns by starting a sentence with phrases such as, I feel sad, I get upset, or I am discouraged. Discuss the reactions on listeners when this approach is used. Focus their attention on nonverbal communication as well. Discuss the messages that might be conveyed by a clenched jaw, tightly folded arms, lack of eye contact, or raised eyebrows. Follow the discussion with a role play and ask the participants to note whether I messages were used and whether what was said was congruent with the body language used. After this kind of workshop, encourage your staff members to resolve some of their own problems. Rather than having them run to you each time a difference arises, send them back to talk to each other. They will probably find they like the feeling of competence that comes from dealing with difficulties themselves. You will also see that a closer rapport develops among staff members. At staff meetings, encourage each member to participate in any group of people. Some speak out whether they have something important to say or not. Others seldom say anything. limit the participation of the big talkers and encourage the non-participants to contribute. The next one is decision making. If you have established a democratic atmosphere in your school, you will want your staff to develop good decision making skills rather than making all decision yourself. Allow your staff to make some. The purchase of expensive pieces of playground equipment is an example. You will probably find that some want one type and others want another. If you choose, part of the staff will be happy and the other part disgruntled. So ask them to go through a decision-making process and make the choice themselves. They will learn from the process and will probably be more satisfied with the result. To decide which playground equipment to purchase, ask staff to go through the following steps. The first one is gather information. In this case, they will want to find out as much as they can about the possible choices. What do the pieces look like and how long are they expected to last? What is the cost of each piece? What possible uses can children make of each? Is there a good place on the playground to put all the pieces? The second one is you need to set priorities. The next step is to list their priorities based on the goals of the school. One piece may lend itself to imaginative play, while the other will develop children's physical abilities, which will more closely fit the school goals. The third one is you need to make a choice, or you should make a choice. A consensus should be reached among staff about which one to choose. The fourth one is decide how to implement the choice. Is the equipment to be purchased immediately? Will it be installed during school hours so the children can watch on weekends so the children can be surprised? And the last one is evaluate the choice. For future learning, ask staff to evaluate the decision after a period of time to determine whether the office was a good one. In this example, are the children using the equipment as expected? Are there other ways it is used that weren't expected? Should a different choice have been made? This process of decision making has been described in terms of a concrete object, the piece of equipment. The same steps can be adapted to other kinds of decisions. And we're going to tackle about burnout or stress. Stress and burnout are problems that plague many people who work in jobs that require a lot of emotional energy. The very character of early childhood programs contributes to the likelihood of staff burnout. Several causes of burnout can be identified. And what is the causes? Lack of recognition as a professional is one cause that is often listed by teachers. Their low status is reflected in the minimum salaries that many schools pay their staff. Along with low pay, few have fringe benefits such as medical or retirement plan. Low status is also seen in the reaction of some parents to early childhood teachers and caregivers.
Early childhood education. Madami university or post-secondary education ang nag-offer ng ganitong course or any related to this course. At isa na dito ang BPSU. Isa sa mga degree requirement ng field na to ay ang pagkakaroon ng oras ng isang estudyante sa kanilang practical experience with the children. So, practical experience means minsan tinatawag itong field experience kasi nagkakaroon ng experience isang estudyante sa field. So, yung ibang university or post-secondary institution ay mayroong sariling laboratory school kung saan yung mga estudyante ay pwede nila dito makuha yung kanilang practical experience. So, yung iba lang yung mayroon nun, pero yung halos lahat ay wala. Kaya, gumagamit sila ng schools or daycare center para magkaroon ng experience yung estudyante para madala sila sa field. Though yung iba may laboratory schools, dinedeploy pa rin nila student nila sa labas para magkaroon ng additional experience. So kung mapapansin natin, sobrang importante ng community schools para sa field experience ng isang estudyante. So sabi nga, community schools as seen as the step into the real world. Ito yung bridge para sa mga future teachers. Ito yung magiging tulay para magkaroon sila ng idea kung ano ba yung makikita nila sa loob ng classroom or yung atmosphere. So kapag dineploy ka na ng university na pinapasukan mo sa school or daycare center, ang tawag na dun sa'yo ay student teacher. So may katangian yung mga student teacher na to. Student teachers, like volunteers, they are unpaid. So parehas silang hindi bayad, yun yung pagkakaparehas nila. So in some ways, madami silang pagkakaiba. Kasi yung student teachers daw ay bago sila ma-deploy sa schools or sa daycare center, they will have taken some courses in early childhood education. So they usually have a basic knowledge of the stages of growth. In curriculum courses, they have been taught how to plan learning activities. So they may have some understanding of children's behavior. Student teachers receive college credit for their field experience. So they are likely to have a commitment to completing the required number of hours. So as a part of their assignment, they must plan lessons and present them. So they are usually eager to use the skills they have learned in the coursework. So dito makikita yung strategy ng isang student teachers or yung mga skills nila na natutunan sa taon na nag-aaral sila. So dito makikita kung may natutunan ba sila sa mga professors nila at sa experience nila in the past. Student teachers know they will be evaluated in their work in the classroom. So bilang student teachers, dapat alam mo na i-evaluate ka. So naalala ko pa nung high school kami, lagi kaming ginagamit sa demo teaching ng mga student teachers. Tuwan-tuwa kami kasi lagi silang may binibigay na merenda kapag tapos ng demo teaching. So sabi sa book na pinagkuhanan namin ng source, sa topic na to, yung pag-evaluate sa mga student teachers, ang dala sa kanila nito ay anxiety. Pinapakaba sila kasi dito nga nakasalala yung future nila. So, mas maganda siguro, imbis na anxiety yung dalhin sa'yo nito, dapat motivation para galingan mo palalo, para mas mataas yung posibilidad na pumasa ka. So, student teachers aware that future jobs may depend on their success in student teaching. So, yung student teachers are quite young. So, mga nasa early 20s sila or 20s. So, they may have chosen this field because they enjoyed caring for younger siblings at home. So, their age and experience place these young people somewhere between adolescence and adulthood in their own developments. So, sometimes interaction with children are more likely that siblings than teacher to a child. So, yung energy mo at yung kabataan mo bilang student teachers ay makakatulong ito para makapag-communicate sa children para mas maintindihan pa natin sila lalo. Kasi alam naman natin, di ba, na ang mga bata ay hindi yan nauubusan ng pagod, kaya bilang isang teachers dapat full of energy ka din, kagaya ng mga bata. So today, more and more older women are returning to college. They are likely being with their children, so they turn early childhood education as a career. But their performance in student teaching is different from younger students. Why? Because their maturity and experience. They play more of parental role in their interactions with children. So they tend to accept the children's behavior more easily since they have been through it all at home. So mas naiintindihan nila yung mga kakulitan ng bata kasi alam na nila yung kasi may mga anak na sila. Some student teachers are young men. So their presence are particularly valuable in today's schools where many children do not have fathers living with them. So yung presence ng mga lalaking student teachers or teachers ay napaka-importante ngayon dahil karamihan sa mga bata ngayon, di ba, parang walang tatay. Sa mga reason ay hindi sila pinanagutan ng mga kanilang tatay. So bilang isang student teacher or teacher na lalaki, kapag may student ka na walang tatay, dapat may paramdam mo yung pagkakaroon ng isang tatay. So what is the role of the director? As the director, your participation with the student teachers are probably limited. Your primary responsibility is to see that the partnership with a college or university is positive one for all. Kailangan masecure mo yung relationship between the college and your school. So, kailangan maayos